Hi, Cadet Girl Scouts. Today we're going to be working on our Science of Happiness badge. And today I'm going to talk a little bit about what actually makes us happy and things that you can do to increase your daily happiness. And all of these will help fit into all of the badge steps for you to complete. So, one thing is that we think that maybe getting a lot of money or getting good grades or getting that awesome new outfit, anything like that, material things, we often think that that is stuff that will make us happy. But science proves and psychologists have studied that that's not actually the case. That might be hard to understand, and your brain is probably telling you that I'm lying, and that's okay, because we're not going to dive so much into that today, as much as we're going to talk about things that you can do to actually just improve your daily happiness. So, I'm going to start by listing what some of these are and then explaining how we can go about doing them. So, one of them is gratitude. So, being grateful for something every single day. So, one thing that you can do, even when you're having a bad day, is stop and think about, what am I grateful for today? And I would challenge you to keep a journal or even take pictures to remember them in your phone, create a blog, whatever it is you want to do to keep track of at least 2 to 3 things every day that you're grateful for. And I know there's some hard days where that can be kind of a lot to try to think about, well, the day was so bad, I don't know that there are 3 things that I'm grateful for. But try to get creative, and they can be really simple things, like I'm grateful that I pushed myself to get outside, or I'm grateful that I even got to eat today because there's people who can't, anything like that. The next thing that you can practice is savoring. So there's probably moments in the day where you're like, wow, this is great. I wish I could do this for longer, or I wish I had someone to share this experience with. But sometimes we're so concerned about what's happening next that we don't always stop and think about how great it is that we're experiencing whatever we're experiencing. And this could be spending time with friends. This could be being out in nature. This could even just be that you're eating an awesome tasting cookie or cupcake, or dinner was awesome. It doesn't matter. It's just something great. So taking a minute to check your surroundings, stop and think about it. Stop thinking about what else is going on, or, oh, after this I have to go and do something else. Challenge yourself to pause and take in the surroundings, and then keep that memory in your head. You can also take a picture of this so that you can go back to it later. Another thing that you can do is connection. So sometimes we don't like talking to people, or we need just a day to ourselves, but psychologists have found that even just talking to one another, or even just saying hi to a stranger that you see at the grocery store or walking down the street, can actually help to improve your happiness. I know this might be scary for some of you. It's definitely scary sometimes for me, because sometimes I like to keep to myself, especially when I'm out in public. I prefer not to say hi to everybody in the grocery store. Or for you, if you were in school, you wouldn't maybe want to say hi to everybody that you see at school. But you can just practice connecting with the people that you do know. Spending time every day with whoever is at home, or checking in with a friend that you haven't talked to, or just making sure that you talk to one of your friends every day. Just reaching out and connecting to at least one other person every day will help you. I know it's hard because right now we are stuck at home, and you're probably maybe a little sick of interacting with the people that you've been with the whole time. So spend some time to talk to someone you haven't talked to in a while, or spend some time talking to someone, maybe have an in-depth conversation with someone that you have been talking to. The next thing that you can do is kindness. And as Girl Scouts, we practice kindness all the time. So once a day, I would challenge you to do something kind for someone else, or at least spend time thinking about what one kind thing you had done in the past was. For instance, it could be doing a chore without being asked, like walking the dog, or washing the mirror in the bathroom, anything, doing the dishes that is helping someone else out. If you are ever feeling down, one of the things that can always make you feel better is actually being kind or helping someone else out. So try to do that every day. And if the opportunity doesn't present itself, then try to think about a time that you did something really great to be kind for other people. As Girl Scouts, you've probably done some community service activities or even helped out a friend in a troop meeting. Those are all acts of kindness that you can stop and reflect on. The next thing is exercise. And some of you may be doing this every day and some of you may not. So scientists and psychologists recommend doing 30 minutes of exercise every single day. Now, I know for some of you who may not be able to exercise because you don't get to go play your sports in the spring like you were able to, like soccer or softball, or you haven't been able to go to dance or gymnastics, anything like that. Or maybe some of you aren't in sports and you don't get to exercise a lot. You don't need to start off by trying to exercise 30 minutes every day. That can be a goal, but see what happens on days that you do exercise. And this can just be stretching, yoga, or you can go for a walk or a run, or even play a game if you have someone to play an active game with at home. And see how you feel on the days that you do exercise and days that you don't exercise. Because exercise is a proven way to help you feel better. The last one is sleep. So especially when you're in school, this may be hard because you have a lot of homework and you have to get up early in the morning to get ready for school. So it's recommended for girls your age that you're probably wanting to get at least 8 hours of sleep every night. And sleep is very helpful to helping your mind and body reset. So challenge yourself to make sure that you're getting at least 8 hours of sleep every night. And you might have to work around this by maybe rescheduling some things, or maybe recognizing that I have to get up really early in the morning to do something, so I need to make sure that I don't stay up late texting my friends or playing a game. So I would challenge you to start off with just some of these. You do not have to do all of these at once. It's a lot to do. But maybe for the first 2 weeks, just try getting enough sleep and practicing your gratitude lists, or exercising and doing acts of kindness. And once you get into a rhythm of some of these, start adding the other ones in and see if you feel any better. One other way to help you increase your happiness or help you deal with things that are stressful is to do something that helps build upon your character strengths, your personality strengths. So in the attached sheet, I have linked to a survey that you can take, or a little quiz that you take, that is created by psychologists for you to go in if you want to, and if your parents agree, to try to figure out what those character strengths are. Or you can create a list based on what you know, or talk to friends and figure out what they suggest maybe some of your character strengths are. And once you've determined these character strengths, try to spend time in the day doing things that relate to your character strengths. So for instance, I took that survey and my number one character strength was love of learning. So that means every day I have challenged myself to take time to learn something new. So I've taken some free online classes, I'm reading nonfiction books to learn new things, and it definitely is something that's often the highlight of my day and something I look forward to and find myself being happier for doing it. So now I'm also going to list off some of the character strengths that you might have. All right, so some of the character strengths. Creativity, so you love finding new and interesting ways to do things. Curiosity, so you take an interest in new experiences. One could be that you're open-minded, you're always able to see things from all sides. Love of learning, like I explained earlier. Wisdom, so you have a way of looking at the world that makes sense to other people. Bravery, you do not back down from a challenge if you know that you are right. Persistence, you finish what you start no matter what stands in your way. Integrity, you present yourself in a genuine way and take responsibility for your actions. Vitality, you approach life with excitement and energy. Love, you value your relationships with family and close friends, and they value you. Kindness, you're generous, you enjoy doing favors and good deeds for others. Social intelligence, you're aware of the feelings of yourself and others. Citizenship, you work well in a group or a team and you're loyal to your group. Fairness, you treat all people fairly and you aren't biased. Leadership, you like leading groups, you're comfortable motivating people and helping everyone get along. Forgiveness, you feel comfortable giving people a second chance. Humility, you don't seek attention, letting your accomplishments speak for themselves. Prudence, you weigh your choices carefully and think before you act. Self-regulation, you're able to control your impulses. Appreciation of beauty and excellence, you notice the beauty in everyday life. Gratitude, you're aware of the good things in your life and take time to express thanks. Hope, you expect good things to happen, you believe the future is in your control. Humor, you love to laugh and make other people laugh. And spirituality, you have strong beliefs and a high purpose. So based on that list or other strengths that you can come up with, what are yours? And think of ways that you can incorporate that into your everyday life. I hope these activities help you, and try to keep track of how you're feeling in regards to your happiness level when you start this badge and when you finish.